two best teams in the NBA will face off this week. Twice.
A fourth quarter onslaught from the Suns. Curry three!
I love angry Steph.
Tonight, the Western Conference champion Suns put their 16-game winning streak on the line. Phoenix hosts the 18-2 Warriors, intent on resuming their annual trip to the finals. On Friday, they'll run it back on the Bay.
I'm looking forward to it, man.
It's a good, measuring stick against a team that's in the finals last year.
We know how good that team is over there. They have a culture, they have an identity.
They have confidence in who they are. They have an identity of how to win games.
For two teams with only one goal, they may have to go through each other. This week, the Suns and the Warriors will get a sneak peek of what it might take.
Two best records in the NBA, and it's going to be a high-intensity, fun game.
Love the yin-yang twin vibe there. All right, so the top two teams in the league are facing off, and we have got the numbers behind all of their success. So both teams rank in the top 10 in, get this, both offensive and defensive efficiency this season. So they're getting it done on both ends of the floor. And you guys remember when the Suns started at 1-3 on the season? Well, that was cute because Phoenix has now rattled off 16 wins in a row. And with the win tonight over the Warriors, they would tie the longest win streak in franchise history, which was set in the 2006-2007 season when, they ultimately lost in the Western Conference semifinals against the Spurs. But the Warriors, they are back doing Warriors things. Their 18-2 record is the best of any team through 20 games since, that's right, you guessed it, the Warriors in 2015, the year they started 24-0, and then went on to win an NBA record 73 games. So I want to go back with the crew, with Monica, with Perk, with Richard. We may see these teams again.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
We may see them down the line. Mm-hmm. And they may get in each other's way on their road to the finals, right? So I know Chene isn't here. Don't look so bored, Richard.
I'm locked
I know Chene isn't here, but I do want to do a little cheat sheet for tonight's game.
Okay.
I want to start with you, Richard. What's your key?
I think whoever's going to guard Steph Curry, I really look at Bridges as the one guy. I know Jay Crowder is a very good defender, but I like him against bigger players. When you're looking at Bridges, he's the one person I think can chase around Steph. That activity, that movement. People, if you don't see it, especially this version of Steph where he has all the guys around him that can move, that is going to be difficult. So I don't even know who their second defender is. You don't want to wear out Chris Paul and Devin Booker trying to chase him around all night.
So your key is stopping Steph, and you're looking at Miles Bridges, who I've said before is becoming one of the best 3-and-D guys in the league to do that. All right, so Mikal Bridges, excuse me. Monica?
All right, so I agree with you, Richard. It's Mikal Bridges and friends, though. And I think you got to look at the depth that this Suns team plays with. They've got a second unit that is top 10. I believe they're 6th in the league in terms of the ability of that bench unit to also come in and be productive. And so the Suns have the ability to come at you in waves. Yes, Chris Paul, D-Book, Ayton, all those guys. But that second unit, not only are they scoring, but if you watch closely, Cam Payne does a great job of changing the pace with that team a little bit, right? So he's able to push the ball. They find some easy baskets in transition. I think that what this is going to come down to is not just Bridges, but the ability of the rest of the guys to communicate and deny, because Chris has said it. One of the most difficult parts about guarding Steph is how much he moves without the basketball. But if you can stay locked, the rest of the guys, right? Ayton in particular, maybe some McGee are going to be key in this ballgame. I think that their defense will step up to the plate.
Well, when I look at both of these teams, I think when you look at the guard position and the wing position, I think it's a wash on both sides. I think it could go either way. I'm looking at the interior. I'm looking to see how the Golden State Warriors are going to match up with DeAndre Ayton and JaVale McGee. JaVale McGee has been an unsung. He's been an unsung hero because when DeAndre Ayton hasn't had it, JaVale McGee has came into the game and changed it completely with his shot blocking, his rim running, being a live threat at the basket. So I'm looking at how they're going to match up to them as far as using Draymond, or they're going to use Looney, or they're going to make adjustments, sub him in out early, because Phoenix is not going to, change up what they're doing like the Brooklyn Nets did when they played the Golden State.
Well, and size has been something that the Warriors, that's been their Achilles heel in some ways, and they've always kind of had to find ways around it and against it. All right, I want to bring in JJ for his biggest key. JJ Redick, what are you looking at tonight?
Well, y'all have alluded to this, but it's absolutely containing Steph Curry. To me, he's the hardest player in the NBA right now to game plan for because he's so good on the ball and off the ball. Let's look at on the ball real quick. because I think you have three options in pick and roll coverage. You can play drop coverage, which is probably out of the question. You can switch, which is unsustainable, or you can blitz. This is a little wrinkle Golden State has introduced in this two-man game with Dre and Steph. Instead of rolling to the basket and playing 4-on-3, he's coming right back to the DHO. There's no way for that big to get back. He's almost back in drop coverage on that second DHO. Here, Anthony Simons does an incredible job of top-locking Steph on the same action. Draymond looks to come back for him. Because they've cleared out that side, it gives Steph space to find a passing lane from Draymond to knock down a three. Their two-man game and how they defend that is the key to stopping the Warriors. I also want to acknowledge his off-the-ball movement. Everybody thinks of the Warriors as a jump shooting team. They're fifth in the league in terms of their rate of shots at the rim. And so much of that comes from Steph Curry's off-ball movement and the awareness and overhelp that comes with that.
So you just gave us a great breakdown of what to see from the Sun side defensively. On the flip side, how are the Warriors, do you expect them to adjust if that's how they're locking down Steph?
I look for Draymond to be a playmaker, and they certainly have enough shooters. Otto Porter has been great this year. Jordan Poole has been great. Draymond can make plays, and so that's the adjustment they've made. That's a little wrinkle they've added where they go right back to that dribble handoff. But Draymond is more than capable if they're going to play blitz action all night in terms of making plays, finding shooters, finding cutters. There may be some switching, but I just think a steady diet of switching and putting Ayton on an island with Steph is unsustainable.
Steady diet of switching. I love that.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.